Okay, so streaming away, streaming away. Hello, I'm streaming away, streaming, waiting for the buffer to catch up so it doesn't start weird in the middle of a sentence, I guess. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. I am going to be doing some coloring on my graphic novel here with watercolor pencils. So, drop in, say hi. Glad you're here. I'm just going to get to it, okay? So, I always do this. I always forget, the whole streaming thing. I will get it. I'll get there eventually. I'm not really a boomer, so I know about this stuff, really. I just forget sometimes. So welcome. If you've seen any of these videos before, then you know this is a page out of a graphic novel that I'm writing, and yeah. So I'm just coloring it with some watercolor pencils, and I've been calling them Supracolor pencils, and they are, but technically they are Supracolor 2 pencils, which I've been neglecting to call them correctly. I've been calling them just Supracolor, but they're actually Supracolor 2 pencils. So there's that for the folks that need to know that kind of thing. I'm using a new camera today. I'm actually using my phone, which is pretty cool. I've got my phone hooked up with a program, an app that you get off the App Store called OBS Camera, and it lets you use your phone as a streaming source in OBS. So, and I love it. It seems to work out really good. What I really love about it is that, it's a little closer than the Logitech camera was, and also I can do this. Whoa, and it zooms in real tight. It's just a little, I can see it's a little chunky in places, but hopefully that's not something that'll always do. We'll see. It could be my internet connection. I don't know, but it seems to be working pretty good. And I like it. I mean, I like being able to change up the view, like this, and get in real tight. I think adds a little bit of value added type thing. Whoa, man! One time when I wish I had an eraser, because I shouldn't have done that right there. I can fix it though. I can fix it. It's really right here is where I was wanting to do that at. That's all right. It's alright, Andy. It's alright. I can just do it this. We'll fix that. As usual, I'm talking to myself and drifting a bit, so feel free to come in and drift with me. So, beautiful day here. Had a nice run this morning. The weather's been really incredible. It's cooled off a little bit, which is nice because it had been getting pretty warm, kind of like summer time out there. Wasn't quite ready for summer levels of heat, so to have a little reprieve from that is definitely welcome. So awesome. Yeah, went for a nice run, and I've already made a video trying a new idea that I had to use OBS is to switch out the cameras. So in the past when I've made videos, it's obviously good to have different camera angles and things, right? So in the past, the way that I did that was I would just shoot a little piece of video, and then I would zoom out, and then I would just stop filming, right? And I'd move the camera and just set everything up again, and then start again. And it was really difficult to do that all the time. So with this new thing, I'm just using OBS as like a switcher, and I can switch out sources real easy that way. And it's pretty seamless. Like I can almost do it so that it's seamless and it looks cool. I'm not quite to that point yet, but I'm getting there. So alright, so here's the fun part, which is activating the color. Woo! I mean, this is playtime. This is playtime, pure and simple. This red here has a little more blue in it. Popping that in there. Value added. Oh, well, what's going on in the world today? Well, I'm an American, and we've got this tariff thing going on now in America, which no one cares about. No, normal people just don't care yet. I don't know if that's going to continue. If I guess eventually it will begin to affect normal folks, but right now, no, nobody cares one bit about it. At least not the people I care to talk to and see, which honestly isn't a whole lot. So maybe people do care about it. There could be people out in the streets up in arms and being really vocal about it, but I would not know that anyway. So I guess maybe I shouldn't even be commenting because I really don't know what's going on, honestly. If it's not on the trail, and it's not in my house, and it's not on the way to my kid's school, I probably don't know anything about it. So, the business, the business of the American life is such that it's when you have kids and you're raising a family, it's very difficult to save enough energy to get outraged or whatever. I don't know if that's by design. If somebody had the idea that would be a great way to control people, just keep them really busy. But daggone it if it doesn't work. So if you're a tyrant in training, just keep your people very busy, right? And they won't ever rebel because they won't have time. And by the time they figure you're a tyrant, you're like, okay, great, he's tyrant. All right, well, I gotta get to ballet. I gotta get my kid to ballet. See ya. So I just realized what's wrong with this page. I've been kind of fighting it, thinking, whoops, what's going on here? But now I know what it is. It's that. So I printed this out on my laser printer. I'm used to looking this way, so I have to get used to looking this way when I'm talking to you. And the principle of a laser printer is that it sprays powder onto your page, and then immense amounts of heat fuse it to the page. But sometimes it doesn't work exactly the way it's intended, especially if you've got a rougher paper. And I find these watercolor pencils work better on a rougher paper, so that's what I used in it. And as a result, the print was really poor. You can see down here really easily. It's not overexposure. So you see my hand. It's the camera's pretty well exposed. It's just that a lot of broken lines, a lot of things that frankly will need to be fixed. And so might as well do that now. I usually don't use black, but I think I will for this. So I noticed that the camera seems like it likes to jump around and stuff. So do a little actual drawing here, which is I'm kind of glad too, because that's sort of what I wanted. And I thought about making the lines even lighter on this, so that I could just do some actual drawing on a page and it not just be a printout that I color, but I'll actually have some drawing on it too. And it looks like I'm actually going to have to, especially on this page, do that. So I'm not sure I want to use the watercolor pencil. You know, in fact, I don't want to use the watercolor pencil to do that. So this is my cool pencil sharpener, the Mitsubishi KH20. I'm going to get out a Pablo. The Pablos are just like the Supracolors I've been using. They're color matched, but the Pablos are, people say that they are an oil-based pencil. Well, really and truly in colored pencil world, here I'll get it under this camera, you can really see it. In colored pencil world, there's really no such thing as oil-based and wax-based, right? They no matter what kind of pencil you're using, it will have a mixture of oil and wax in it. But what people are referring to, and it's nice that they do refer to it, because you kind of want to know, is the feel of the pencil. Now, the Pablos feel like an oil-based pencil. However, this is very interesting. They have more wax than oil. So they behave like an oil-based pencil, but they're actually closer to a wax-based pencil. Which kind of bakes my noodle, because they really do feel like oil-based. But and that explains a lot to me, because I've done some work on Yupo paper, which is not actually paper, it's like a plastic surface and kind of made to, I don't know, kind of look like paper. But one of the things about it is it's incredibly smooth, and so you can work with graphite and with colored pencil on it, and the colors just like pop. They pop really great on that surface. And so I like to use it for colored pencil stuff. But I had trouble finding pencils that worked. Like the Prismacolors didn't work all that great because they're wax based. But Polychromos, the oil based, seemed to work really good. So I tried oil based pencils, and it seems like the oil based pencils do indeed work pretty good on the Yupo paper. So I was doing some experiments with that. Now the good thing about this Pablo is that when I activate the color with water, it won't run or anything. So and that is definitely a good thing here. There we go. Yeah, that's already looking a lot better. Go ahead and hit this guy down here too. So yeah, so the Pablos actually have more wax. So when I tried them on the Yupo, I was really disappointed, and I'd been led to believe that they were, an oil-based pencil. So I was really ready just to get some really knockout results, because they were a bit softer than the Polychromos. I thought, man, the color is just going to really pop on these. And of course, I was terribly disappointed when no pop to that color at all. So then I found out that they were actually wax-based pencils. And then I found out that the luminance pencils are actually oil-based. Ooh, so I had some luminance pencils, so I immediately went to try them on the Yupo, and yes, lo and behold, they worked really, really well. In fact, they worked really good on the Yupo. So if you get a chance to try that out, do try it, because the Yupo has this really crazy feel to it that's a bit hard to explain. It's like drawing on velvet. It's very nice. And try it out. See how you like it. I'd like to do like maybe some larger pieces using that kind of method, but it's just really a time thing, or just, I don't know how you guys are, but I sometimes find it really difficult to extend a work for a long, 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 long time. It's a little different with a book like this where I'm doing multiple pages, because, you get into, let me see, where am I going to sit my Pablo? I'll sit him over here. You get into doing these different pages, and of course it varies, right? Like the content of the page varies enough that it keeps you fresh and excited for the project, and you're not like, okay, I gotta finish this up. It's a little nicer that way. Like there's some kinds of work that I can do just right on without any kind of breaks. I just power through it, and it's no worries. Like design work, I was always able to just work, and I never got creatively burnt out. I because, well, the creative part was, a real small. I mean, I don't know why I want to call it a small part of it, but the creative part of being a designer, you do that part, right, and then it's done. But then you've got to do the execution of the design, and that part, and that part of the process I really liked as well. And I found that I could really just hammer it and do that and do it and do it and do it, like, setting type and massaging, kerning, and moving elements around, just all those kind of things that are sort of, I don't really want to call it busy work, but it's kind of like busy work. I could just do that stuff forever. But drawing is not like that. Drawing, I have a definite stamina that I've not built up yet, and I have to take frequent breaks from drawing. Let's see, 18 minutes into the stream. No one saying hi today. Probably because there's no one watching. I've had like 2 people say hi since I've been doing this. Granted, I'm not PewDiePie or one of those dudes that have tons of subscribers, but it's kind of like crickets, That's okay. I don't mind that, but I really would like to get to know people. That's why I do the streaming, as opposed to just posting videos. It'd probably be better for my channel if I just posted videos, and maybe you guys don't want to listen to me, and I don't blame you. Wouldn't blame you if you didn't. But I do, I am about trying to make a connection here, as well as if it were just about me trying to get a following so I could do a successful book and make money and all that, that's just that is so dull to me. That is just so dull. It's like, why on earth would I waste my time doing that? Because it'd be far easier for me to just go out and do some design work if it were just about making money and be successful and all that. I just would go out and get a job doing design work because it's lucrative. I'm very good at it, and but I'm resisting that. I wouldn't mind doing some freelance work here and there, but I'm actively resisting doing that because this is my passions here with this story, and with getting to actually know some people through the internet and through this story, and actually kind of making a connection with people. It's kind of important to me because I think it's important to God. I think that, we're here together on earth to help each other and to be friendly and whatnot. And that's a part of my life that's frankly is weak, because being a work at home dad, I don't get out and see a lot of people. So hopefully this is a way to correct some of that. It's coming along pretty good. The guy's very excited, obviously. What? Huh? So yes, that's why I do this in the first place. So I don't want us to just stop and do it a different way. And then I see people, this is about doing your own thing, right? So I don't mind doing fan art if I want to do it, right? There's some fan art that I like to do. But I'm not going to do things just to get an audience, because to me that's just, unless I can really see that at the end of the day there's going to be this payoff where I'm able to do the projects that I wanted to do in the first place, then I have trouble seeing the difference between that and just working somewhere for someone. It doesn't seem to be much difference. And I think a lot of guys start out trying to do their own projects, but then they get kind of sucked into this thing of doing things to please the crowd. And I'm all right with pleasing you guys, but until there are some of you guys to please, it's kind of hard. I don't know what to do to please you guys. I don't know what you guys want to see. No one says, well, I'd like to see this, or this would really make my day, or, well, okay. It's kind of the kind of things that we want to know. But so, you can, I guess there's a fine line there, right? So, I mean, you want to do what you want to do, right? You want to do the projects that excite you, that you can really put your creative energy into. But on the other hand, if your projects get so idiosyncratic that you're drawing comics about, I don't know, your love of, well, I'm trying hard to think of a niche that literally no one else would. Well, about your own idiosyncrasies, I guess. Like the weird things that make you. I don't know, but like, I know that in the fine art world, it definitely gets to a point where things are too idiosyncratic to be relatable to other people. And I think that's a major weakness of the fine art world, and why it's no longer relevant, culturally speaking. Because it has become this, monolithic thing where people are just expressing themselves. And that's it. Period. Like, look at me, listen, okay, I'm done. And it's just, I really don't like art like that. It's just not making any kind of a connection. So you do, there's limits to self-expression that you have to maintain in order to remain relevant to normal people. And you may decide that that's something that you don't care about, and that's okay. Of course, if you don't care about being relatable to other people, then that's fine. But me, I want to be relatable to other people, but I also want to do my own thing here, because it just makes sense to me that I would do my own thing rather than someone else's thing, because someone else can do someone else's thing, right? But only I can do my thing. And that's what makes it valuable, is that I'm the only one that can do it. Now, I don't mean that I'm the only one that can draw a book. I mean, good grief, lots of people do that. But what I'm saying is my own particular expression of this idea, and it doesn't make it better necessarily, but it does make it rare. And I think that because things that are rare do tend to be valuable, right? So, but of course, things have to have utility too. Like just because something's rare doesn't make it valuable, right? Like my poop is rare, but it's not very valuable. So you gotta. There's a line there. I hope I'm hoping I'm striking a good balance on it, because I do want to please my audience and I want them to be happy with what I'm doing, and I also want to feel like I'm free to maybe get a little creative and do something a little weird, and still, be able to do it. To get some trust. I guess what I'm doing now is trying to build up trust with folks that, yeah, I'm going to deliver something that will be interesting, that you will want to see, and and you come see, and I'll keep doing it. And I guess that's the contract. Even if we don't state it, that's sort of the contract that we have, as you, the viewer, and me, the content creator. Kind of a handshake type of agreement, but it's still an agreement. You're not going to come here if you don't see something that's... Yeah, you won't come here if you see me coloring off the screen, which I do all the time. Sorry. But you won't come here if there's nothing to see here, and I won't keep making it if no one ever comes. I won't keep bothering to turn the cameras on. Granted, I've tried to set this up so that there's a little as possible for me to do to get going, because I know that that's a danger, is just to get tired of it and quit. But this is kind of it's a snail's pace type thing, the growth part, and it has grown since I've started. I've got more views now than I had when I started, and the subscriber count hasn't gone up at all. So if you do like what I'm doing at all, please subscribe. And I swore I would never ask people to subscribe, but that Jim, I've got 7 subscribers. Come on, guys, help a brother out. I don't want you to. I don't know. I see much stupider things with more subscribers. I'll be honest. So, yeah. I understand. I'm not going to have a billion subscribers. I really wouldn't want to have that many anyway. I just want people who are interested in this kind of thing to come on board. And I subscribe to like-minded things. If I like the content, I subscribe, because I want to see stuff that I like. My latest thing that I found is Archipel, I think. Archipel, I think is the name of the channel. And they do all these videos about Japan, but more like cultural kind of things in Japan. And they do a lot of manga and game people that live in Japan. Really, and the videos are really greatly. They're produced really well, and they look really nice. So of course, they're easy on the eyes, right? So I'll use a little of my gel pen here to color this in a bit. Well, it's not really. It's a 0.5 gel pen, so it's really tiny. I don't have my big one up here to really wipe that out, so I'll not worry about it right now. But is this even? Not really sure this is even working. Yeah, it's working. It's just real fine. 0.5 is no bueno. I need a bigger white pen, like a 0.8 or a 0.1. I've got 0.8, but I don't have it up here. Okay, so anyway, we'll forget that then. Alright, so how much more do I've got to go on here? I've got this bottom part. This bottom part's going to be... So I think I'm going to cut this stream short because this bottom part's fairly important to me. And I want to do a good job on it. And I'm getting a little tired. I've already made a video today, which I will post, and you can see. And I don't think there's anybody watching anyway, right? So it's all good. But anyway, here's the what I've gotten done there, and yeah. So I'm going to continue to work on it till I get it done, right? So I'll probably work on this part tomorrow, and that ought to be pretty nice to see because it's a lot of things going on there, lots of foliage and things. So if you're into that, and I'm kind of into that, so I kind of like it. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and love you guys, and be nice to each other, and all that kind of good stuff. And I don't know, hope to see you around. See you.